Hey everybody, it's Candy, aka Brown Eyed Girl 69. How y'all doing? Well, I'm making a video while I look at my computer because I guess I'm gonna need to order a microphone or something because the last few videos that I've made on my computer, the volume just only goes up so high, and it doesn't matter if I try to change my settings or not, it's still the same. So the microphone on my computer obviously sucks. Anyway, I've been on YouTube since I got home from work, which was a little after 3. And all I see on my YouTube feed is nothing but rhetoric about U.S. bombing Iran, or the war, or well, I'm so sick of this crap, it's pathetic, for real. I mean, and then you got all these Christians, like, let me see, Christian channels, Black Swan, Revelations Live, Trump bombs Iran, Revelation Talk, Episode 4. Occulted, War, Israel, Earth Magic, Trump, Antichrist, and the Third Temple. U.S. bomb Iran. Iranian retaliation, inbound, Israel, Iran updates. What people didn't see during the Las Vegas alien incident. Jesus Christ is on his way. Israel and Iran prophecy update. Folks, I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing about what's going on right here, right now, that's prophetic. The only thing that's prophetic that's taking place is them using the Bible for their playbook. Don't people get it? Don't the Christians get it? Nobody's coming to save anybody. Jesus ain't coming back. Trump ain't gonna save nobody. None of these leaders. Because why? Because they don't care. We're expendable. Don't you know that? I just don't understand why people don't get it. I woke up, like I said, 16 years ago. I was screaming at the top of my lungs about the things they were doing back then and about all the plans that they had. Well, it's taken them about 25 years. They said, I seen a video from a friend of mine, the one that woke me up 16 years ago. His name's Show Me Baby, but he's on Facebook. And let me see. He just made a post. General Wesley Clark, we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years. I'm probably going to look that video up and post it in the description box of this video. But here's what Matt said. His name's Matt. It wasn't 5 years. It's been 25. And the T-Man isn't making America first. For all you a-holes call me a Trump hamper, I greatly disagree with this. Continuing a war our generation can't get away from. I couldn't be more disgusted with what is happening. And I feel the same way. I told Matt, yeah, I completely agree with you on that, And most of the time on my timeline on my Facebook page, if I post something that I feel like is of importance, it gets overlooked. It gets it doesn't get looked at. But if I post really stupid or funny videos, oh, everybody's on that crap. Or if I post pictures of my grandkids on my Facebook, everybody's on that. But if I try to post anything serious or eye awakening, nobody wants anything to do with videos like or information like that. I have 179 friends on my Facebook page. My YouTube page, I've got 315 subs. So 315 and 180, you can do the math. I think it's 495 people that I have between my two social media accounts that I'm on every day. I do have an Instagram. I don't ever go there. I just don't like it. I do have a Twitter/X account, but I don't ever utilize it. Snapchat, I have one, but it's not my thing. TikTok, I never got one of those things. Never will, because it's just not my thing. It just amazes me how people, especially in today's times, are still indoctrinated into the BS that they're indoctrinated into. Me personally, I hope this is the last lifetime that I have to live here. Because, I'm just over it. I'm over all the sheeple. Even those that claim to be awake, some people's pages, they're all still asleep, yeah? They're all, oh, Trump's gonna save us. Oh, I'm so glad Trump did this to our enemies. Iran isn't our enemy. Our only worst enemy is ourselves, but as far as the world stage is concerned, people need to start looking at Israel, because that is who the true enemy is. That's who the true instigator is. In fact, I can put a video down below in the description box of what's been happening from the beginning, and where these people that claim to be God's chosen are really not God's chosen people, and where they come from and how they got to where they are today, and how they obtained so much power that they have over the whole world by claiming that they're God's chosen, when in reality they are the troublemakers. One of their mottos is we will create deception, basically. We will have war, even if it's via deception. That's Mossad's law. But they got that from another law, from another era before them. But I will link some videos in the description box today, too, as well. It might have to come after I upload the video, so I can go into my creator studio and edit it and all that. But I like to bring receipts to the table when I have something to speak about, because it's good to have receipts, But yeah, that's all I'm seeing on the social media screens is, all the crap they want you to pay attention to. And I won't. I refuse. I refuse to pay attention to it other than through people's channels that post. And even some of these people that I'm subbed to, I'm probably going to unsub them, because I'm realizing that it's basically a lost cause. Like I said, I've been screaming for 16 years, man. People still want to have their head in the sand, 2020 came along, I was screaming at the top of my lungs. Don't do this. Don't listen. Don't comply. What did they do? Everybody complied. And made the ones that didn't comply look like the bad people. I never complied. The only time I complied was to make my daughter happy. Because she didn't want to go into a public place somewhere and get called out by people, you know. Because we was in a major big city at that point in time. We were in Denver, Colorado, when it hit. Or when everything came, crashing down in 2020. And here we are 5 years later, and, well, I guess in a way I'm in a better financial position than I was back then, but not as good as I had it when I was on unemployment during that time frame. So I guess in a way, I took advantage of the situation and the system, and I didn't stay home. Hell no. I packed up my van and drove across country, 16 different states, 50 plus cities, meeting Facebook and YouTube friends, mainly Facebook friends that I'd known for years and some that I had just recently met. Because I will say this, you can talk to somebody through social media all you want, all day, every day. But until you actually meet them in person, you're not going to really know who they truly are until you meet them in person. So in a way, I'm glad I got to do that, because some of the people that I actually went out and met, I'm still friends with. And then there's some people that I went out and met that, they either blocked me immediately or I blocked them immediately after meeting them. But, complying? No. And all this that's going on, well, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But all I know is I'm not going to try to live in any kind of doom and gloom kind of fear mode. I'm actually just trying to tell myself that life's going to continue on, and I just got to do what I need to do for me, what I can do for me, and that I've been in worse situations than this before. War's always been going on my whole entire life, and I'll be 56 tomorrow. I was born in 1969. Vietnam War was going on when I was born. 1979, I was 10. That's when the hostages was taken in Tehran, Iran. The Ayatollah Khomeini, all that happened, and they held Americans hostage for like 444 days or something like that. President Carter was in office when it happened, and President Reagan was in office when they were released. Then, of course, it seemed like good things happened too throughout the decades, but it was just all symbolism of the things that they had done previously. So there wouldn't be any remembrance of that. Just like the Georgia Guidestones, it told you on there exactly what their plans are. But that got blowed up. I guess because they don't want anybody to remember what their plans are. Then, of course, we have the event that took place in 2001 with the towers coming down in New York City. And that from that moment, we basically have been in perpetual war. Some shape, form, or fashion, Even if we weren't directly involved in those wars, we've been in perpetual war. But yeah, I guess that was during the Gulf War was like in the 90s, huh? Yeah, that was in the 90s. With Libya and Saddam Hussein and Well, yeah, that was 2001, I guess. But they always want to blame the other guy. They always want to put the blame off on the other guy when people need to realize that the one that's putting the blame off on others is usually the one that's guilty behind the crime. But really, what it comes down to in reality is they want us people to give them perpetual permission to red room other humans. The thing about it is, okay, so the conflict is between these governments, right? In these other countries. But the citizens of these countries doesn't necessarily mean they're bad people. There's just like here in America. Do you truly believe that every human here in America is bad? Based off of what, America has been shown to be or whatever to other countries? Through propaganda. I watch several channels from people that are originated out of that area, the Middle Eastern countries, and they're just trying to live their best life that they can, just like anybody else. I think it's wrong for citizens of one country to hate citizens of another country that they know nothing about other than what is shown to them on the boob tube. I know I'm just a broken record. I know most people probably don't like listening to my ranting and raving because I am like a broken record. I keep repeating myself. But I think the reason why I do that is I know eventually if I keep repeating myself, eventually somebody's going to listen and a light bulb's going to click on and they're going to go, oh my God, she's 100% correct. Not that, I want to be correct, but a lot of the things that's happened in the last 16 years, to my knowledge, and previously since I awakened, and I look back on past events that happened before my awakening, yeah, I was completely oblivious. And now, looking back, knowing what I know, I clearly see it for what it was and what it is. But then again, sometimes I wonder if some of these things that aren't happening, like people waking up and stuff like that, if that's not all a program as well, I read something about the towers that they have, that helps our phones supposedly be faster and whatnot. That there's a picture I found, and basically, it shows that heart attacks and sickness and things of that can be induced by these 5G poles that extend upward. So everything's a frequency. And it's all a frequency war. It's a war for your mind. It's a war for your heart. It's not necessarily always physical. It's sometimes mental, emotional. It's energy. It's frequency. But if they have the power to try to control people, then the people have the power to take back that control. And to say, no, we're not going to listen to this anymore. We're not going to put up with this anymore. And we're waking up and y'all can't pull the wool over our eyes anymore. Y'all can't hide the man behind the curtain anymore, so to speak. And if people just quit paying attention to the world stage and getting all involved in it, thinking that somehow, some way, their life is truly affected by what's going on, I guess in some weird shape, form, or fashion, our life is affected to a certain extent. But because everything is attached, everything's together, so it's like a ripple in a pond or whatever, so to speak. So it does eventually affect everybody, in this earthly realm. The things that happen in the physical. But we have the ability to not be involved. We have the ability to decide that we don't want to participate in society or anything that they want us to participate in. It's our choice, It's our choice. And we give them consent when we pay attention to it. Or when we, we give energy to it. And pay attention. Anyways, peace, love, hugs, snugs, all that good stuff. Smoke it if you got it. Today's June 22nd of 2025. I work tomorrow, June 23rd of 2025. If you feel anything that you would like to give me for my birthday, well, I'll drop my Cash App link in the description box as well. And even if it's $5 or $10, man, I'd be ecstatic, man. Until the next time, though, I'm out.